Yeah, and we are live for the last live of 2024. Not on all of the internet, by the way, just for us. Other people will have lives, I'm sure. We're not saying that because our live is happening, no one else can do a live.
You're
Okay,
not saying that.
I'm not saying that. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? As you all know, this is Fragged Out, Swagged Out. Over there, we have Elroy Prepson, we have Essential Notes, and down there, one of the people who annoy me the most in this world, but gotta
Right.
love her,
Sure.
that is Glam Fine, that is Sarah, and we will be joined by a couple of people tonight. What are we doing? We are going through some of our favorite fragrance pickup of 2024. And yeah, that was pretty much it. We just like, yo, we do this every year. It started with me, Joe, and Josh. Then we're like, you know what? Let's just find how many people we can find. Call Josh. So we got one more, and then Sarah popped up too. So whatever. But
Whatever.
so, so whatever. She was available, and we're like, what? Let's do it. But so yeah, favorite fragrance pickups for some of us that is a lot of stuff because if you go by calendar year alone, we just finished one fragrance event that had a whole lot of fragrances over at Scent Explorer, and what feels like just a few months ago we were at Glamcation out in Vegas, and there's a lot of other events that people go to where they discover new fragrances. And when we're not doing that, we're blind buying crazy stuff. We should be blind buying, sampling every decant to get. So it's a lot of stuff, and this is probably going to be the kind of live where I feel like um I'm not going to say the word because apparently they will come for you for anything. But get yourself one of these if you want one. If you got a snack, do that. We're
A
gonna be
little
talking
adult
about
beverage.
yeah. We're gonna be talking about a whole lot of dope fragrances from what I know, because everybody here has a really good palette for fragrance. So I'm sure there's a lot of dope stuff, and I like that all of us realistically are really, really different in how we appreciate fragrances. So that means that you're gonna get a whole wide spectrum of dope fragrances from every price category to niche, indie, but whatever. It's probably going to be in here. So if that interests you, you are in the right place. And with that said, just in case anyone is not super familiar with, once again, I did introduce myself, Fragged Out, Swagged Out, Rico, and Elroy. You want to tell the
Yeah,
folks a
hey,
little?
what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. I'm stoked to be here. I know that this is like a usual thing that Josh, Essential Notes, Rico, and Joey do, but I'm glad to be a part of it this year. It's nice to finally meet Sarah, someone I've been watching for like 3 years. Yeah, I'm excited because this year was the year of the indie. Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. Other Josh, what up, bro? What we got?
What's going on, man? It's good to see all you guys. I've been
Right.
kind of MIA. I feel like I've been on social media just barely getting stuff up and posted, but not spending a ton of time. But yeah, man, I'm always excited to kind of recap the year and look into next year and kind of talk about the houses that. Well, you know me, I like to talk about the houses that don't probably get as much recognition as maybe some other ones. So I love that.
Yeah, you know what? I will say that I also enjoy the fact that Essential Notes. I'm just gonna go by screen names instead of real names these days because two Joshes going back and forth. But Essential Notes is known with at least the ones of us who know him personally. Like there can be the hottest fragrance out right now, and everybody's talking about like, yo, you got to get to it. And he will sit back and be like, I'll wait till nobody's talking about it at all, and then go into it without the bias. So he'll be like 7-8 months behind a fragrance,
Yeah.
and he'll come back and be like, "Yo, Rico, remember that one you said a long time ago? Yeah, I finally got around to it. It's good." I was like, "All right, cool." So, very, very individual style of how he appreciates fragrance. Doesn't get caught up in the hype. So, like I said, a lot of different ways that you can be looking at fragrance tonight. And lastly, Sarah.
Hey everybody. I am Sarah from Glam Finds. I have a YouTube channel, and the more important thing is I host a annual event called Glamcation. And if you're into indie fragrances at all, you should absolutely come out. And I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit before we close out this live. But yeah, I'm stoked to be here as well. I dig indie fragrances. I dig everything, and this year has like been a different year for me, so I'm actually kind of excited to talk about the stuff that I like, because this was the year I got into gourmands, thanks to the people that you see on your screen right now. And yeah, just happy to be here.
Very nice. Very nice. Super happy to hear that. So, one of our regulars, Joe, is on his way. He's running behind. Oh man, we have comments. I am
Just a few.
I am terrible for.
Here, I got you. I can help you out. Shout out to Mighty Strong. Spence, you were not first. On my screen, it shows Mighty Strong. But Perfumes with Pat, great to see you.
Yeah.
Spence's scent of the night was MFK Gentle Fluidity Silver. Good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Teresa. She said, let's see what you have for us tonight. And then my boy CK, shout out to Joe A. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. Happy New Year's to you, Prep, Rico, and friends. And then he says, Merry Christmas to my family and everybody else. So that's what I got.
Absolutely. If somebody received a invitation and code, just feel free to log in, go in the backstage, and we will set you up accordingly. So
What's going on, Touch?
I'm gonna open the floor to the.
You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
I'm just curious, what is everyone's scent of the evening or day or whatever?
Oh man, you know what? Great question. I'll start with that one. A matter of fact, who moved it? Who moved it? Somebody moved it. Yo, you know what's crazy? Oh, here we go. Today, so I did a short reel today about this. I thought it was hilarious that this fragrance, everyone who smelled it in New York at the Sun Explorer was really feeling this. This is a fragrance that doesn't really go with my normal type of fragrance profile because it's a very musk fragrance. But this is a killer musk. I was surprised that I was even feeling it, but I'm feeling a lot. Joey actually wore this yesterday for his birthday as well. This is from Attar Al-Has, and this is Skin Musk. And there may have been like a really quick influx of Skin Musk reels and reviews lately because we were at the event and there was so many fragrances. But when I say everybody kept coming to this one right here specifically and spraying, and this one made a splash. And then I was told by Pat that I should never ever leave the house alone with this because it's that much of a problem. And so I wore this today in spite of Pat, and I lived to see another day. So this one right here, look, just is it musk? Is it truly a musk? Absolutely. But there is so much floral, sweet, fruity going on in here. It has a sweet, almost like a candy sweetness on top of the fresh, musky feel of it. It's elegant. It smells good. It's unisex. I can totally understand how some folks would be like, I'm scared of certain fragrances. I used to be too. But now I just wear whatever smells good. And this is one of those that you're probably going to see more females reaching for this, but I love it. And I think pretty much every dude that was at the fragrance event was digging this. Man, beautiful, beautiful fragrance from Attar Al-Has. I can't promise that's the last Attar Al-Has on this list because they have some bangers. But that's how we're kicking it off right there with Attar Al-Has Skin Musk. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, I want to finish my piece while she's right there on camera. Ha ha ha, Pat. Anyway, so that was my number one fragrance. There's gonna be a long list, folks. I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be a list. So Elroy.
Yeah, so this was a discovery this year. This is from a house called Bold Label Company,
Oh, yeah.
and this is called Bangle. So I don't remember if we had this in our Discovery set when we did the trio, but this was one of his first releases along with Romeo and Juliet, which is probably the highlight of the house.
That one.
But this one is really nice. It starts off like this fruity, musky, but very soft and sensual. But then it has like oud and chai tea in the base. It's a really interesting fragrance. I love the opening of this because the fragrance profile is soft, but it does project pretty well. So like it has that soft feel to it, but it's very present. So I like how it performs off my skin. I'm doing some rearranging, which is why my like background's a little different. And this was like one of those reach back in the collection. So Bold Label Company, Bangle.
Bold Label. That
So
Romeo and Juliet was a
Yeah.
and I took that one with me to Glamcation too, the sample, and showed it to
Mhm.
people, and it was well received. Yeah, that one was a dope one.
Oh, so they weren't at Scent Explorer, were they? Or
No.
that company?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool. Sounds dope.
Yeah, it's a good house.
I'm wearing just one that I just kind of put it on for the live. To be honest, I just showered, and so I threw on Bread in Chestnut by Sense of Wood. It's a soft gourmand. That's all I could say about it. It's just soothing. It's mellow. So I like wearing that in the evenings a lot. So
That's a very soft gourmand.
yeah.
Kind of bready, not on the super sweet side of bready.
No.
But it's a good entry level gourmand.
Yeah, I think I just like wearing it in the evenings when I'm ready to chill out. You know what I mean? And so it seems to fit. So
Word. Sarah.
So I'm wearing an Armaf because I was shooting a video about it today. It's a Art du Parfum Abstracto. It's pretty nice. It's a sweet one. It's a nice vanillic one with a little bit of lavender, a little bit of coffee, and some cardamom. I honestly really like it, especially when it's cold out. And nobody talks about it, so I thought, hey, let me pick it up because I thought the bottle was, well, you know, it's an Armaf. So I thought, why not? But honestly, it's a really good pickup this year. I'm pretty happy to have it.
That's dope. That's dope. And okay, so Pat is on screen, and I think she wasn't ready to come on screen, so I'm going to put her backstage again and let her figure out her situation back there. And when she's ready, she'll give me a thumbs up, and I'll know. All right, so we went through the sense of the day. My scent of the day, incidentally, was one of the dope pickups of the year. So with no order at all, this is not going to be best, least, whatever. It's as they start popping up in my head. And when I say that, I mean literally, typically I'll have like my 10 in front of me. Everything's behind me. I didn't feel like preloading the table. So everything is behind me. So as I look,
Are we doing
over,
10?
huh?
Are we doing 10?
Bro, there may be several people jumping in, so I'm almost willing to say like until somebody gets tired or there's like one person watching, and I'm like, all right, we're talking to ourselves now. So tap out as necessary. Number one, this is a recent one. This is very recent, but very relevant. This is actually from at the 20. Yeah, is it 2023? I smelled it in 2023, and I was hyped for it then, and it was not going my way. But this Killian right here, Love Don't Be Shy. This is the ones they drop every year, the special editions, which have a oud kick in there. And listen, I know that the orange blossom thing, people do it a lot, and it's almost like everybody has their version of it. But with this oud in here, I don't even care for the original that much. In a world of this, I don't need the original at all. That's an absolute fact. The oud is so perfectly balanced with that original DNA of love that if you love oud, I suggest you get your nose on any year, really. I think they started in 19, 20. Get any year. 23 is a banger for sure, but get any year. These are fire. Again, that's Love Don't Be Shy with a kick of oud in there, and it's beautiful. Joe sees me. I see you too, Joe. So we're gonna start off the night with Killian over here. Killian, look, Love Don't Be Shy and oud. It's like best of two really good worlds. I ain't say best of both worlds, but two really good worlds. So that's why I'm gonna start it. Josh, what you got, bro?
Yeah, so I'll start with a pretty under the radar house. This was when I first got this in, I was like really obsessed with it. And this is Perfume by Natalie Feistauer. This is from Czar Fragrance. This is Gentle Fusion. So this is like a marine leather. There's a little bit of like citrus in there, but you just get like this really soft, sensual leather. I feel like gentle is like the best way to kind of, say what this fragrance is, because it is really nice and soft, but it is a signature scent worthy style fragrance that perfect for the office, very versatile, translates from day to night really well. So that's Gentle Fusion from Czar Fragrances out in Kuwait. Shout out to Kuwait.
I remember that. Hey, so I don't know if the people who regularly check in on this type of material here know what the term signature scent is. What is a signature scent? Because I know I don't do those. When would you ever have a signature scent, Josh?
Probably never.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But what I will say is that I talk about it in videos because my goal is always to appeal to the non-fragrance enthusiasts to try to get somebody interested. So that's why, I'll say, if I talk about something that's blatantly a clone, I even try to steer away from talking about it as a clone because the average person doesn't know what Aventus is. So, but yeah, Gentle Fusion, very, very nice. Like I said, when I first got it in, I was pretty obsessed with it. I love the scent profile, and I never thought about an aquatic leather. So for that reason alone, I was kind of into it.
That's dope. Is it quite different, depending on the weather because of that, because of the leather facet and stuff, or is it pretty much wear the same no matter the?
So I found when it was warmer out, I found it a lot more green, and now that it's a little cooler, I get more of the leather.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's not as green, so.
Cool, man.
And I apologize if my sarcasm did not jump out to everybody, but I do appreciate that some people did jump in and actually explain signature scents. So and there's a couple of different definitions, but I think all of them kind of lead in the same direction. You should know me by this fragrance. It's probably one of the only ones I have, and I use it for everything. That's a nice way of saying it. Everybody starts with a signature scent, but outgrows it after some time. Yeah. I was an Aqua de Jo guy once upon a time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Sarah learned
I know
everything.
this is Josh's
Sarah learned
brother,
everything from me.
What's up,
Hey,
Carlos?
Essential Knows. What you got, bro?
Oh man, so you hit on Killian, and I don't know. My most recent post was on a Killian.
Yeah, I saw that.
I talked about how Rico was like, you need to go check out Killian while you're here in Vegas. So, so I fell in love with Smoking Hot. It's pretty simple. It's actually not that complex of a fragrance, but the way it's executed is just phenomenal. It's basically an apple cinnamon hookah, a little bit of booziness in the background.
Yep.
And that's really it. Like this, there's but the smoke and the hookah, that hookah accord is just It's insane, man, and it lasts all day. It did really well on my skin. That was one of the things I was hesitant about. And I'm not crapping on the brand or anything, but I tried Angel Share, and that just died on my skin really fast. And so I went into Killian being like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. They're gonna die really quick. And Smoky Hot lasted all day, man. I really, I walked. Damn it, Rico! I walked out with like 6 bottles like on my must buy list, and yeah. So anyway, that's one that I
a terrible community to hang out with when you're trying to not buy stuff. I'll tell you that much. You are in the worst company. In fact, warning: if you've told yourself you're not going to buy anything next month or anything, I appreciate you stopping by. Just go about your business. We don't want to put you in the wrong path.
So we take it as a challenge, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you buy something.
You're not buying? Oh yeah.
Oh, you're not buying anything, huh? Watch this.
Yeah.
All right, Smoking Hot, which again, crazy. One of the things you touched on, it's not overly complicated, but when houses do that booze and tobacco, that balance booze and tobacco, some sweet spice added to it, there's so many variations of that same DNA, but I'm almost always impressed with each one of them as long as it's not a clone of one of the others. Sarah, you're up.
So I want to do the one that kind of kicked off my gourmand obsession this year, and it's one that the founder of Alexandria Fragrances sent to me with my order that I would have never ordered. And I'm going to be really honest, I thought I wasn't going to like it, but it's Habibi 33.
Habibi. Habibi was making some noise.
Yeah. This is a pistachio fragrance, and it is so gorgeous, and it's got like the exact amount of powderiness that you would want out of pistachio fragrance. And you cannot wear this without people commenting on it, even people that think they don't like gourmands, like my former self. This is like incredible. I've actually bought bottles of this to gift to people because it's just really good. I mean, who doesn't love pistachio, right?
Facts. At least these days, I know every perfumer does. Just loving that pistachio perfume right now.
I think if you haven't tried this, you really need to. It's so good. Like, this is not talked about nearly enough. This has to be like the best original creation from the house, and he just did such an incredible job on it. Yeah, I just love it. I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's so good. It's like the perfect pistachio fragrance. Again, you should definitely try it, even if you don't like gourmands. It's that good.
Well, I absolutely do, and
Yeah.
I think I will then.
No,
Incidentally, for the second time in a row,
Yeah,
right? I don't know if you're just trying to slam dunk on me. Like, yeah, I came on the live and I didn't even talk. But
I feel like it.
all right, so we'll just keep moving that along. With that said, oh man, listen. So this one right here, I can never remember the name of it, but I know the smell of it. I picked this up. This is Sun. I don't remember the name of it, and I'm too blind to see.
Hold it up. Maybe we can help you read it.
Sun Emperor. Yo, seriously, if you can read that, it's like the green matches too well with the Sun Emperors by Ex Nihilo. Now, interestingly enough about this one, I Googled this bad boy and nothing came up on it. Like, I was Googling for a while because I wanted to know the notes exactly, and I couldn't find much on it. Now, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's used to, going to people's phones and checking out where their girlfriend's been for the last 6 months, and you can find all that information online. I'm saying for regular people, I just Googled it a couple of times, couldn't find anything. But Sun Emperors is one of those fragrances that I absolutely love because it does that spicy, like cinnamon, nutmeg combo up top, and anything that has cinnamon, nutmeg, saffron, and any one of those in there with a combination of 2 or all 3 is already doing it for me. It has a little bit of booze to it, earthy, but just sweet enough, and it smells like money. Like, it just does smell. It smells like when you smell this, you're like, oh, you paid a lot for that, huh? And I just love it. It feels like I'm probably super underdressed for this right now. More like probably what I had on earlier. This is more for like business attire type. Or maybe just because I keep remembering how much I paid for it that it makes me feel that way. But at any rate, this is a super dope, really, really exclusive one too. So if you're in Dubai or if you're in Paris and you go by the flagship store, they should have like one of these left. At least smell it. Smell it, if nothing else, because again, this live is intended to be the best pickups. It's not necessarily fragrances that we're going to recommend for you to go buy tomorrow, because not all of them will be able to. But yeah, right there, Sun Emperor's fire. And by the way, Ex Nihilo, like they keep doing banging fragrances. In my opinion, they are good for doing good fragrance. All right, I'm gonna leave Ex Nihilo alone for now. This is not an Ex Nihilo show. All right, we're gonna go back in the same rotation all over again, and maybe this time Pat will speak at the end. Josh, what do you got, bro? If she dodges me this time, I know she's doing it on purpose. I'm gonna start kicking her out.
All right, so I guess the fun in this exercise, right, is to trying to remember the whole year, because we all have pretty sizable collections, and to think back to like the beginning of the year is kind of tough. But this one stuck out to me, and I recently shared this with Josh, so it's more in the forefront of my brain, and I just love this fragrance. This is Black Rose, Halfeti Black Rose from Zahara. So this is the 120 mil with the nice plate on it. That's hand painted, looks crazy, and the fragrance smells like this looks. It's a dark peppered rose, like really peppery that dries down in that signature DNA, but very spicy, and again, like a very dark rose. Like, so if you're, I think someone who like isn't into rose should try something like this, because it might be different enough to kind of sway them like, oh, maybe I should try rose. So if you haven't got your nose on it, Zaharov's Halfeti Black Rose.
That one, by the way, I did try. I don't have all the Zaharovs. I only have the ones that are mostly important to me. But of the ones that I do need, still, that's the one. That's the one until another crazy one that I need. But that's the one that I absolutely do need. After that, I think I have all the important ones. Josh.
Crazy. That's cool. That's a great one. I don't own that one, but I remember we did our live and Josh had sent me a sample of that, and it's amazing. So I'm gonna go with this bad boy. This is Black Walnut by American Perfumer. So if you like walnut, this would be a great fragrance for you to try. But it's a black walnut, so it's not like your typical walnut. I didn't know that there was a difference. I had to learn, but there's kind of like an unusual brightness to it. A bit of a, I wouldn't even call it I guess it's citrus kind of leaning, but I wouldn't call it citrus. But it has a brightness to it, which is unique to the black walnut. It was perfumed by John Bebel, who has a house called January Scent Project. Anyways, so American Perfumer, they team up with different indie perfumers, and they release limited editions. And so I was fortunate enough to get this black walnut, and it's crazy. I loved it. Like I wore it for Thanksgiving, and during fall when it's getting cooler. I wore it just the other day. It's really, really great. Lasts all day. It's a beautiful fragrance. I need to spend more time with it. I have a real appreciation for it, but I haven't fully wrapped my head around it. Like I said, there's these unique facets that are in it that go beyond just your traditional walnut. But it's really focused around the walnut. So Are you guys familiar with any walnut? I have never heard.
I was gonna say I was waiting for you to say like you said like you I think you said something to the effect of like it's different from traditional walnut, and I was like I don't know any walnut fragrance. As far as there's nothing traditional about walnut in my mind.
Yeah.
Even pistachio was kind of new as a nutty type of fragrance thing that has picked up a lot lately, but
Yeah.
not even aware of walnut and fragrances.
But you guys have smelled probably walnuts like being
Sure, an actual
yeah. So it embodies that stuff. You get the actual walnut shell smell, the scent of the nut, but it has this like again this very interesting kind of fruity, brightness to it that that I guess is from the black walnut, and that's kind of what makes it unique. But yeah, it's great, and I'd be happy to send samples to you guys.
Yeah, man, I might have to smell that. That sounds crazy. It sounds like probably the most unique thing that we've heard so far tonight.
Yes.
So far. So far. All right, Sarah, what you got?
What a great segue. I am going to bring to you the least unique thing you're going to hear about tonight, and it is an Afnan fragrance. And it's this is honestly my favorite pickup from the whole year. I'm just gonna be really honest about it. It's their Supremacy Collector's Edition, which they took Aventus and made it like something that women can like too, and not just dudes. So they took it and like made it, they took that DNA, added blue DNA and made it sweet. And out of everything I've worn all year, this has gotten me the most compliments. And it's not even $50. It smells really good. I think they took Aventus and made it like.
She messing with you for sure.
Of course, perfect timing.
Yeah,
we got to go out of order. This is not gonna work.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So Sarah, like,
I don't even know what to do with that.
I don't either.
You said they took like the Aventus idea and then
they actually made it okay. So I don't want to say made it wearable because obviously a ton of dudes love Aventus. I don't. I've never liked it. I have a bottle of cologne that I'm just it's been a year and I'm just waiting for it to grow on me. But this is actually nice. It has like a really nice apple note. It's sweeter. It's got like the blue, easy to love DNA, and then it just has like that Aventus background. This, if you don't like Aventus, but you're like, I want to try a type of Aventus that I'll like. They made Aventus way better with this, and it lasts longer than, to be honest, any of my creeds. It just smells so good. I got a bottle for my brother-in-law for Christmas, which we celebrated a little late, and he's been wearing it every day, and it smells incredible off of him, you know, like it just smells so good. Yeah. Dame 919. Yeah, it's absolutely a compliment machine. I've gotten nothing but compliments, and like I don't even smell it on myself and I'll get compliments. So for something under $50, honestly, like I don't understand why not everybody has a bottle. It's stupid good. And honestly, it's kind of like one of the nicer Middle Eastern bottles because again, like they can get a little tacky. So obviously this is a little bit on the nicer side.
And you feel that's pretty unisex?
I think it definitely leans masculine, but because it's sweeter than like Aventus, because Aventus, I mean, I guess there's like 100,000 batches, but every batch that I've smelled has been too patchouli heavy for me, and those typically, in my opinion, run way more masculine than something that's sweeter like this.
Okay, cool. Dope.
All right.
I thought that Pat would be back by now, but
no, what we're gonna do now for Pat is we're gonna all quick moment of silence while we read Theresa's comment there. All right, and that was a moment of silence for our friend Pat, because she don't know what she got going on over there. So, oh, you know what? This is recent. When I say recency bias, like a moho, but this is another one that was on my radar from as soon as it came out. And there was what I find interesting about this particular DNA here is there was a little bit of drama behind it, and I love some perfume drama. The fragrance house that released this fragrance here made it a limited release, numbered bottles, very expensive. And then after that happened, they said, let's do one more round. And then people were like, no, you don't.
Oh,
No, the F you don't. When I paid for my numbered bottle, no, you don't. For that price point. So they shifted. Long story short, they made a same fragrance and the concentration was different. So this is Roja's Manhattan, and it's the non-black bottle pure parfum one, which smells just as good. This is some dope boozy tobacco. Like let's smoke some tobacco, some cigars, and drink some really good whiskey and feel fancy as dudes. Can a woman wear this? Yes, but like I always say, anybody can wear anything, and I can wear a dress tomorrow, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be like fitting for me. Like I can because I can, but it's not gonna be the best look for me. I could probably pull it off, but the point is that Manhattan, this has been on my radar for a minute. The bottle is Roja bottles. Like their designs are always gonna be fly. It's luxurious, but it's Manhattan. It kind of reminds me of like the Great Gatsby. That's what they was rocking over there. Something like this. This is the good stuff right here. This is the fancy stuff. I love the wear of it. Again, for me, masculine for sure. Citrus, boozy, spicy, and tobacco, and it all comes together so well. So that one right there is another one that I've been super hype on since it came out, and it just came in the mail a few days ago. So super hype about that one. It made the cut. That's all I got. Josh, what up, bro?
So I'll go back to Indy, and this was a house that I believe I started to learn about late last year. And I've worked with quite a bit this year, and this is from D. Gray. This is Rose Phoenix. So this is a fruity, floral amber. I know it has a note of Perilia, which I feel like is a watery, green note, but then it has pink pepper. So it's sweet and spicy at the top with obviously rose and peach blossom with a little bit of patchouli. And then it has peach resin in the base and amber. It's really freaking nice. I love this stuff. This is probably I have a ton from D. Gray, like a lot. This might be my favorite from the house. Bria, I knew you would pop for this one. This is a really good fragrance.
What's the price point for that? Because is that the size of the bottle actually?
This is the 15 ml. I want to say what's this? $50.
Okay.
And it comes like huge box. And this is rose quartz, I think it's called, the cap. I don't know about the stuff like that, but if anybody in the chat knows, I know this is some type of stone, but it looks great, feels great in the hand. And for anybody on here with a sizable collection, 15 ml, more than enough juice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Great to see you, Joey.
Cheers, everybody.
Fresh off of a birthday.
Yeah, happy belated.
Bro, he's
Happy birthday,
21 now.
buddy.
He's old enough to drink and everything.
I'm still drinking right now. What do you mean? Clase Azul.
Never stopped. He's been drinking since yesterday.
I've been drinking since Christmas Eve.
Since Friday.
Sheesh. That is rose quartz, sir.
Rose quartz.
That is
Yes.
rose quartz. All right, Josh, what up, bro? What you got next?
Brand is awesome, man. Josh, you put me onto them. I ended up getting one of their fragrances as well. Dude, I love that brand. Well, there's a number that I liked from them, and some that I still want to try. But I'm gonna go with Oud Soda.
Ooh.
I know that one.
This brand is no longer around.
Unfortunately.
Unleashed Apothecary. I do think Jimmy Bodine perfumes it. I'm happy. He does gourmands great, without a doubt. But I think he's particularly talented with rare ingredient ouds. And for whatever reason, he didn't get enough love for doing it, and that sucks because now he's not doing it anymore. So maybe if we feel bad enough, he'll do it again. I don't know. But this is I remember seeing this. I wanted it. Then he had this closeout sale. I jumped on it. It is what it is. It's oud, it's soda, but his cola accord is amazing. And I think the coolest part of it is how the oud is woven in to through that soda accord. It's kind of like it pops in, the oud pops in, and then it recedes, and then it pops back in, and it kind of fades away, and then it unexpectedly pops back in. And again, another one that it's a very, there's not a ton of ingredients, a simple fragrance, but executed like impeccably. Like, yeah, my hat's off to Jimmy. Dude's amazing.
That one is dope. I have that one as well. And I'll say this. When trying to explain this fragrance, and I've said this before, I always compare the distilling process of alcohol and oud very similar. And when I look at oud soda, think of a rum and coke. Replace your rum for oud. The balance between the soda and the booze that works well. Now, obviously not one that's overdone with rum or overdone with soda, but a well-balanced rum and coke. You replace what the rum is doing with what oud does, and it balances so well with that cola accord. It's just, I don't know if there's anything else that I've smelled that does exactly what that does, but I know there are some oud colas. I just haven't tried all of them, but that one is a beast.
And the cola accord in it is like an old school cola accord. It's not like your Pepsi or like a Coca-Cola. It's like, I don't know if you guys remember RC Cola. That's what it reminded me of.
Royal Crown.
Yeah, exactly.
Crown.
And I'm like, oh,
is it just more syrupy?
Yeah, it had that more. There was more depth, and complexity to it than I'm accustomed to nowadays. But yeah, I love it, man.
All right, Sarah, what up with you?
Okay, so I got to talk about this one because I feel like nobody has heard about this house, and you need to. So, from Profumo di Totti, like I don't know if you can see it.
Definitely have not heard of that house before.
English?
What you call me?
Sabrosa.
Oh, I already
Wait.
like the name.
Hey.
Didn't you smell this, Rico?
Did I? When?
Oh,
Where?
no. So I let everyone. No, you might have already left. I let everyone who was up in my room, in Glamcation, I think before the party at night, smell it. And I know Lawrence immediately bought a bottle, but I didn't even send him the website until I bought mine because I only had a sample at the time, and I was like, hold on, I'll give you the website, but just hold on a second, let me buy mine first because it's limited bottles.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, I don't want to put myself in that position. But Sabrosa is this really gorgeous, boozy, tropical fragrance. And he needs to be more well known because his fragrances are so insanely good. Like I have, I don't know, 6 or 7 from this house. Oh Yes was my first one because he called it an aquatic. It's not an aquatic, but it's this really gorgeous strawberry fragrance. And it's so good. And this one, when he went boozy and tropical, I was like, oh, let me, he's like, I'll send you a sample with your next order. And I got this sample and I was like, dude, this is so good. And now he's like made flankers to it, which I haven't picked up yet, but I'm about to. His quality is stupid good. I honestly think if you haven't tried anything from this house yet, you should pick them up because they're still dirt cheap. So like it's a brand new indie house. And since he hasn't like, started getting fancy on his stuff, his bottles are still like, I don't know. This is a 30 ml and most of his bottles are around the $65 mark, sometimes cheaper. And for the quality, that's dirt cheap. And they smell so good. And if you ask him for a specific type of fragrance, normally he'll be like, oh, okay, well, let me see if I can tinker around with that. And he'll deliver. But I'm telling you, Sabrosa is incredible. And I think multiple people bought it at the event as soon as they smelled it. It's that good. You should buy it. In fact, I know we don't say this, but you should blind buy it, honestly.
Just buy it anyway.
That's a heavy statement.
It is, but it's that good and it lasts forever and it projects. Actually, all of his stuff projects really well. It's really good. You should get it. I don't want to talk it up too much, but I don't want to, pretend that it's not like a 10 out of 10 because it absolutely is.
Nice.
Man.
Joe A, birthday guy. What's
Hello.
up, bro?
First of all, I'm sorry for my tardiness. Blame New York traffic in Soho.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Freaking
You know,
so.
so I'm gonna kind of pivot because I know y'all did a few rotations. So I'm gonna like mention this as an honorable mention before actually getting more in detail.
Got you.
Obviously, one of my best pickups this year was Euro Perfumes. Career path, career change. Shout outs. Roja, Lost in
Mm.
Paris, and Zershov. But no, the actual like real fragrance that like really stood out to me and defined me was Penhaligon's as a whole, but especially Omniscient Mr. Thompson. I'm wearing this today. If you like Dior Homme Parfum, but you wanted it a little bit more sexy, a little bit more gourmandy, less powdery per se, but still everything that Parfum had. This is the one you need to get. I literally just wore this and was complimented 8 hours after spraying this. So the things about, oh, it doesn't last, it's not gonna last that long. It If they come close enough to you, they're gonna appreciate it. And
Okay.
that's what matters most. And Omniscient Mr. Thompson, I'm considering getting like 2 more bottles of this just because I
Jeez.
know I'm getting ready to blow through this. And that's not hype. I mean, I just got the bottle a couple of days here. I just got the bottle a couple of days ago and I've already like started. So I was like, okay, before this gets out of hand, let's let's back this one up. So
Huh.
this was me in a bottle, honestly, this year. Yes, it has iris, but it has like a vanilla, little bit of it's sesame. Sesame is the thing
Hmm.
that separates this. So really, really good stuff. And if you actually want people to like stay holding you for longer periods of time, wear this. There you
Very
go.
nice. Very nice. I don't have many Penhaligons, but maybe you get into that. So this one right here was one that I heard about for a while. It was teased for a while. I was sitting around trying to figure out when I would get my nose on. It just released this year, and this is from Harshan.
Hey.
Yo, Persia. And this is Love and Bastani. And I still have not tried Bastani to this day. But if it smells like this, sheesh, this is sweet, gourmand, creamy, fruity. Like it's the cream. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, I don't know many people who use the term textured scents. I've been saying it for a while. I'm gonna say it was me. If you start saying it, just say my name after. But yes, it smells like you can kind of pick up on the creaminess of it, like real ice cream. But it's sweet. I remember when I first got it, I said it gave me like a boozy touch in the beginning. That's moved on, so I don't know if it's reached its full potential now, but it's just creamy, sweet, gourmand, 100%. Man, I absolutely love this. And this is one fragrance that I've shown anyone who I've shown this to freaking loved this fragrance. And you know, I have a iffy style of fragrance. Some things I do like is not going to work for everybody, but this has been unanimously a like or love for anybody I've shown. So Love in Bastani. Again, this is like an ice cream. What there's ice cream, saffron. I don't remember everything off the top of my head. Josh, I know you got it over there as well.
Yeah. So off my skin, I get heavy rose water. But yeah, it's vanilla, saffron, pistachios, I believe.
Pistachio.
Whatever it is.
Yes, pistachio. Yep.
Whatever it is, this smells amazing. It was on my list too. I won't divulge too much. Full disclosure, Jason is a friend of mine. friendly bias, but the scent is amazing.
Nah, it's good. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good because it's good.
it
That's
is good.
irrelevant.
Yeah. So I'll go with something that most of the panel knows very well from Primera,
Hey.
Lion Oud. So this came out in 2022, but I didn't get it till this year. And it's funny because like my 50 ml bottles are taking a beating. And I was like, oh, 50 ml is plenty. And then I'm like, all right, 100 ml might be too much. And then I'm putting a dent in this as well. But Lion Oud is beautiful. It's this slightly gourmandish, resinous, heavy on like chocolate off my skin. But when we did the Frag Fam meetup, I wore this, and I may have sprayed too much, but I don't care. I'll do it 10 times over because I love this fragrance, and I believe on here there's a lot of fans of this. So if you haven't tried anything from Primera and you're interested in like oudi, gourmandish, spicy, this is where I would start. This is an incredible fragrance. Every time I talk about it, I'm like, I'm gonna wear this tomorrow again. Like, it's so good.
It is.
It might
If
be
you
my
love
favorite from the
gourmands,
house.
If you love gourmands and are finicky about oud, I
Oh.
think that is a perfect transition for you. That it's perfectly gourmand enough to hold down a gourmand lover, and it introduces you to oud in such a palatable way. I've loved that one since first sniff, and glad you brought it up. 2-for-1 deal there. I brought up one you were gonna use. You brought up when I was gonna use. We covered. Good to go.
That one's intimidating as it sounds, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Lion Oud sounds like dark, leathery.
Yeah.
Rich,
Nah, man.
thick.
Yes, yo. This is it. That's for real. This is it. Josh, what you got, bro?
all right, man. I'm gonna stay in the oud circle, and I'm gonna go. This is a house that just came out this year. This perfume is called Ajna. It's by House of 1984.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one you smelled at Glamcation. I brought you, Rico.
Okay. I
That
smell a lot of stuff.
has like four really rare ouds.
Yeah, I remember you making that distinction. Yeah.
And there's like a freshly printed dollar bill note that is
I
super
recall
cool in it. There's vintage jasmine, and I struggle with jasmine. I typically do not like jasmine, but the jasmine in this is more just like an underlying support. And then there's cannabis in this. But man, if you, I would say, you smelled it. For me, it's one of the better ouds that I've smelled.
It's a very nice blend. And here's the other thing: it's a oud blend, which that can go one of two ways. And I think what they managed to do there is get the better parts of all the ouds. It doesn't come off as aggressively skanky. It is going to be different. It's not a typical fragrance at all. It's a standout for maybe not for all the reasons that people would want, but it's meant to be unique. Again, with the use of that dollar bill accord in there together with that oud matrix they put together. It's a standout. I know this. Oud lovers will appreciate it. And everybody else might have to tiptoe around it to find their comfort spot if they ever find it with that type of fragrance.
Yeah, it definitely, it's not for everybody, but no. I think oud lovers would definitely.
Yeah, oud lovers would definitely appreciate it. Kind of like a lot of the stuff from Unleashed Apothecary, where you and I might smell it and be like, how did this not just blow up? And then it's like everybody else is like, where's the blue fragrance at?
Right. It's so true. It's so true, man.
Cool. Speaking of Sarah, perfect segue. What you got?
Well, I've decided not to go with a blue fragrance because I don't have any more up here, and I actually want to do another semi-gourmand, and it's One Way Bridge, thanks to Josh, obviously, and it's Forever Amour. Because I actually really, really like this one, and it's just Simple note breakdown: chocolate gâteau, strawberry rose liqueur, and then pretty oud. And this was like another one that was like, I was surprised I liked it. I was like, oh, okay, gourmand, and I really like it. That's weird. And here we are. I'm like, pretty deep into the gourmand thing. But this is really, I mean, everything from One Way Bridge is really nice and really unique. You'll have never smelled this before. The oud is not oudy, so it's nice and not skanky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the chocolate is like, I don't know, she balanced it really perfectly. That's why I like indie fragrances. They do such an incredible job, and their stuff is so unique while also being really people pleasing. Because I really like this. Because typically, I don't love a challenging scent, and she made this kind of perfectly. Like it's not
Mhm.
challenging at all, but it's still unique, and it's still honestly like just super easy to wear. People around me like it, and I just have to credit Josh for bringing her basically to Glamcation because she'd never heard of us, we'd never heard of her, and she is such an incredible perfumer. We're super happy to have her. We're super lucky to have her, honestly. And the other one, I don't have a bottle of it yet, is Pitching Woo, but like her stuff is so good. Her stuff is incredible. If you have not tried One Way Bridge, either look her up and try some of her stuff or come to Glamcation because she'll be here this coming year as well. And her stuff is really good. So
Mhm. Agreed.
And did you say it's chocolate ganache, right? Is that what it is?
chocolate gâteau, which is
Okay.
gâteau is like pastry.
No, it's pronounced ghetto. It's where I
Ghetto.
was from.
Yeah, we're from different
no,
places.
never mind. Something different.
That's
Hey Joe,
hilarious.
how old are you, dude? If you don't
Yo,
mind
hold on,
sharing.
my dog tripping.
Oh, 35.
35.
I am now 30. No, I'm sorry. I am now dirty 5.
And your birthday was yesterday?
Friday.
Friday. Okay. Mine is
Friday.
so-
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
it's
happy
funny.
birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. And also that was our first New Year's recap
Yeah.
was then, which is where I found out about One Way Bridge because you featured them on the very
Fact.
first one. So full circle moment here with that. Happy birthday, fellow Capricorn. Amazing to see. And yeah, no, good vibes.
Yo, by the way, I stepped away because my dog was legit having a nightmare. I've never seen her do that before. She's
Oh,
eyes
shit.
closed, laid out, like barking in her head and growling. Weird. Anyway, all right. So
So it's my turn, and
Yes,
I
sir.
will I'll continue on this oud trend, Rico, just for you.
yay.
Oh,
And you actually got a chance to experience this brand. I experienced this brand and discovered this brand in Milan. One of the first people in
Yo.
he shared his emotions about it to Rico in front
I'm
of
already knowing, but all right, go ahead.
So this is how far back I go back with the brand is because this is how their bottles used to be. Shouts to Dark Carl. This is coffee oud, which I do prefer out of the 2 bottles that I do have. But this rose oud, which is his current presentation, sheesh, still very good. But coffee oud, that's the standout of the 2.
Yo, Darkness Bites.
Darkness Bites is well, I don't have the bottle,
And
so
Darkness
that's why
Bites is
that's where the
crazy.
alley oop
Ja-
was.
Ja- Ja- well, that's a three man alley because Josh got to try it
Oh, okay, good.
last week, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah, when you
trying-
came over for the
live, yep.
live when you
Yeah,
crashed.
that's our
the,
dedication,
live.
folks. I don't know what is. I pull up if I can't make it. Yeah, here we go.
Great to see you, Giancarlo.
hey, John Cobb. Yes,
We on that vibe right here. So I do have the one he talked about, the oud coffee, which yo, the crazy thing is what they haven't released yet is what's gonna blow people's minds, man.
yes,
But this Darkness Bites is that chocolate in here. It's like it's powdery chocolate. It's powdery chocolate, like if you poured some milk on, like it's kind of moist, kind of dense, chocolatey. It's like when you pour milk into quick and it hasn't all dissolved into the milk, so there's some some parts that get like moist, fudgy almost. It has a different consistency.
Exactly.
This is with oud, like the fact that they're incorporating oud in place. Like I will say this before I pass the mic. This is gonna be, we'll call this the Daracaro corner right here, and then we'll move on. But the perfumer had on him at the event
He did.
a coconut oud,
Yes.
a banana oud.
Yeah.
Yo, next year is probably gonna be a very big year for Daracaro. So if y'all are in the hood and y'all see that online, feel free to pick up a sample or so and understand what we're talking about, because it's nice stuff. It is.
If you're in Miami, it's currently sold at HYDS. So
How do you spell that, Joe? The brand.
Daracaro. So Daracaro.
Okay.
It's 2 words though. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's a really good brand. He has another like fresher one, and then like a multi-floral, yellow floral musk situation.
That's the only one that I did not gravitate to. The one in that clear bottle, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was also the most expensive one, so it's okay.
Perfect.
You know, that was the most expensive. The ones that came in these bottles are one price, and then that other one was like almost like 2 to 3 times the price. So yeah, but still nonetheless amazing fragrances. Definitely need that Darkness Bites. There's one just called Dubai, which is more of like a freshie.
I got
which
the
is
sample
good.
of Dubai, which is also good. Yeah.
So shout outs to the brand. It's amazing to see. Like he was just walking the street, not the streets of Milan, but like walking throughout the convention, and then he completely took over actual Sun Explore. Everyone was raving about it. So I can't wait to see what happens.
He got some heavy love. He definitely got heavy love.
Can't wait to see what's next.
So we're gonna call that Coffee Oud Darkness Bites rolled up together. Josh, what you got, bro?
Yeah, so just a house that is hype to the moon and back. And to me, with reason, from day 3, their newest release, Scent Explorer, exclusive.
Mhm.
This is Aylin.
More oud.
So I've been, yes, more oud, and the superior of the vanilla oud profile for recent memory, but this is a lot more resinous. This also has that very trendy orange blossom, which you know, I like more and more as I smell it in higher quality fragrances. I hope that makes sense. You know, you start at sculpture and then you end up with something like this. You're like, okay, this makes sense. But this is beautiful. How much so? Like, it's become that, like, I don't feel like thinking right now, and I just grab it. I've been spraying it. I feel like this like commands a room. The way it smells, it's very potent as well. And yeah, I think Michael did a great job on this. I'm not huge on signatures on bottles. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna take it off or not, because eventually it'll just come off. But it smells great, and the presentation top notch. Atomizer for you nerds is crazy, but I can't get enough of it.
For us nerds, I feel like I need to point that out every time I use a term that could be perceived as derogatory, like fragrance weirdos, atomizer snobs. I'm talking about me. The fact that people think I'm taking shots at them, I mean me. I'm the one enjoying it. I'm clearly, I mean me. And if you are listening and you understand that, you're part of the community I find myself in. Stop taking anything so sensitive, folks. All right. So yeah, good one. Josh too.
All right, so Josh, actually, I won this one at a giveaway that Josh put on from Static Olfactive.
Oh yeah.
And it's the Forbidden City. Really green. It's a mixture of green tea and black tea with jasmine tea. So there's jasmine, apricot. I'm growing to like tea and fragrances a lot more. But the way he did it with the apricot, just kind of, I don't even know how to say it. Like it's beautiful. Like the way the fruit mixes in with the tea, the complexity. I don't want to say complexities because sometimes tea isn't. It has these little nuances that are quite unique. You know that. So it's a fun wear for me because it's always like I feel like it changes and it's always evolving and so I appreciate that. I think it's a well executed fragrance.
Sneaky strong too.
Yeah.
The presentation is dope. Little gold flakes, you know. This it's not a big bottle, but the cap. This is awesome. Yeah, and so credit to Josh, man, putting me on to obviously the brand, and was fortunate enough to add that to the collection and wear that. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and they were on my list too, so I'll just close that out. I smelled that. I smelled Into the Wild for the first time this year, and that Into the Wild is like this forest, like walking through a forest. It's dark. It's raining. That stuff punches you in the face. It's super masculine, but I love it. And then it's actually called the Forbidden Temple now. They had to go through a name change, but that fragrance is really nice. It has like this smokiness to it. There's incense in there as well that really pushes off my skin, and I like it a lot. Static Olfactive, and they just got back on Instagram, so they're rebuilding. So shout out to Static Olfactive.
If you get a request from Static Olfactive, is really them.
Yeah,
It's
I realize.
really them.
I realize that now.
Yeah.
I'll have to go follow them now.
Yeah. It's them for real.
That tea and the incense are crazy good. I forgot about the incense playing up in the background. So it's great. And then Into the Wild. If you like, I love fern, and if you really appreciate the fern smell, like it, you know, and that's a very core ingredient to fougères. So if you really appreciate that core element of a fougère, I would totally recommend Into the Wild. Very, very awesome fern forward fragrance.
Yeah, he has another fragrance coming out that's up for pre-order. That'll ship as soon as caps are in stock. So I've been talking to Chris recently because obviously, you know, he's back. So I'm excited for him. I think his first two releases were great. He worked with two great perfumers. One I know for a fact being Darren Allen, which is great. Deal. So I'm looking forward to smelling his next creation.
So
and Chris Martin, if you're looking for decants and splits, Chris Martin is a great place to start with if you're looking for that pricey stuff.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Sarah?
All right, let's go cheap again. But this is a good one. It's a Lattafa. It's a Lattafa Tidiac Intense, which I think is really good.
I don't know if I want to say that particular fragrance got hyped or if Lattafa hyped it themselves. And I feel like they were promoting it like, yo, you better get this. And then I feel like it came out and not a lot of people said they needed to. So I want to hear your thoughts.
I love this fragrance. This could have gone either way for me because the regular Tidiac, I liked it, but not enough to even give it a full review. I thought it was nice. I thought the quality was incredible, and I gifted it to my mom almost immediately because I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna wear it enough to give it a review. And obviously, like if I can't wear it, I can't review it. This one I wore immediately. This is like a nice spicy, boozy fragrance. It's got that plum liqueur. The first thing I smelled when I smelled it was cinnamon, which I absolutely love in fragrances. So when you got cinnamon and saffron and you got plum liqueur, you got a nice like ambery resinous background. For $50, That's so stupid. Like, it's so good. It shouldn't be $50. Like, sometimes, I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but like, it's really good. Like, and it's, I think, probably one of the loudest Lattafas actually, it's one of the loudest fragrances in my collection. Like, this one projects like a monster. And it's just like, for cold weather, this is the one you want to go for, because it's nice and it's boozy and it's spicy and it's got a gorgeous sweetness from the tonka. And they actually did kind of pretty decent with the presentation, especially for like a Middle Eastern fragrance that is $50. Honestly, they did really, really well. This is one that, like, I don't know, sometimes they hype something and you smell it and you're like, well, that's weird because this is garbage. But this one, they hyped it and then the hype died down, but it shouldn't be because it's cold weather, and in the cold, this kills. So yeah, this is one that, like, I feel like I can say this. If you are a niche snob, you should absolutely get your nose on this, because you're going to unfortunately really love it. And it's a cheap fragrance. It's under $50 and it's really, really good. So yeah, I'm surprised that none of you guys have tried it, because to be honest, it's like, it's pretty gourmand. Yeah, it's really, really good. And like, the spices are honestly perfect.
I'll try it in September.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So for next winter then? Okay, there you go.
It makes sense.
You'll have it, right? All right, well, I'll try it.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, of course. Why would I not just bring my entire collection? And speaking of,
Or just the one I asked for. How about
yeah,
that?
just the one that you asked for, the one that you, Rico, asked. Sure, why not? Why would I not do that?
Yeah,
That
why
sounds
would you not?
perfect. But yeah, I got to tap out because my parents are visiting. So I do appreciate you guys letting me come on here. And I'll watch the rest of this later.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
thanks
much.
for
Peace out, Cub Scout.
And
Peace
before
out.
she goes, one quick reminder to everyone. You hear me frequently speak about Glamcation. Glamcation is an event that goes on annually, 4th year on the way.
Here,
And
baby.
we are doing this September. We're back in Torrance, California. And if you ever wonder who's the face or the brain behind Glamcation, there she goes. Not very appealing, not that exciting either.
Right,
but
sure,
she had
of
a good
course,
idea.
yeah.
So she had a good idea, and we'll give her credit for that and that alone. Fragrance taste, but she put a great thing together, and we like her for that and that reason alone. Now, shout out to Sarah. Thank you very much for joining us. And if anybody,
real quick, the tickets will go on sale on February 1st in case anybody cares. And the hotel, you can book it. There's no deposit required. You just pay when you get there. And it's the weekend of the 26th. So if you have to request leave from work, request the leave of September 26th. Because that's it, 26th. And then you can leave on Monday and expect to see some incredible brands there.
and if you can't make it, just say you can't make it. Because if you say it caught you at the last minute, we're telling you in January about a thing in September.
No.
telling you
It's
in
still December
December.
of 24, just so we're
We're-
clear.
Fair
We're in
enough.
December of
It's still
2024 right now.
technically December.
Yeah,
That means by the time the event happened, we can literally say, I told you about this last year.
exactly.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, Sarah.
Good seeing you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
And
Hell yeah.
fun. That was fun. I don't even know where we left off in the rotation.
It's my
Go.
turn.
All
It's
right.
my turn. I don't know if this got brought up because there was a 10-minute blackout period where like I was telling my Uber driver to drive faster. So, anyways, this one was another house that I had the pleasure of trying and really falling in love with, and also got a lot of love at Sen Explorer, which Rico also got a chance to try. So much so, again, going back, we were on a rooftop in New York City with this particular brand specifically, and that was Atar Al Haas. Skin Musk was the one for me.
Yeah.
And it got a lot of compliments. Really good. Amazing stuff. Great
Yep,
presentation.
I actually talked about that one in the beginning, and
Oh,
also
missed that one.
said that it was your birthday fragrance of the evening, at least.
Yes.
And
Oh, good stuff.
yes, absolutely.
There
That
we
is a
go.
dope one, and
It's so dope we had to say it twice. Just
Yo.
in case.
twice. And you know what? Like I said, that's not the last Atar Haas for the night because there's one more to speak about. But before we get back to Atar Al Haas, I'm gonna go out with one of my favorite fragrances of the year, hands down. When it comes to gourmand, and y'all know I love gourmand fragrances, but well, listen, I'm saying it's one of my favorite gourmands of the year, maybe the favorite. So there's only a couple of fragrance houses that qualify for that conversation, and clearly I went to the dude that makes all the crazy gourmand, Jimmy Bowden, over at Juicet, and this is Shao Bella Pistachio. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, this right here, the sweet, the creamy, the different facets of gourmand that are in here. The pistachio, the macaroon, that vanilla paste, the waffle cone, it's nutty, it's sweet, it's vanillic, it's creamy,
It's
I love this.
everything.
I literally, I always talk about it on these platforms. Like, it's impossible for me to run through bottles. So many fragrances. Second bottle.
No, seriously.
This fragrance released this year. Second bottle. Second
Wow.
bottle. Second bottle, and it's moving quick. I absolutely love. Listen, y'all know I'm probably gonna talk about one of these before we get off of here, but that's the new collection, and that collection is the best looking collection. It has some of the high quality ingredients, but when I tell you this right here is crazy.
Holy cow, man.
Ciao Bello Pistachio is the move. If I had to pick one gourmand for a long, long time, probably gonna be Ciao Bello Pistachio. This is
Is that your gourmand of the year? Does it get that time?
Hold on. Let me think about that for the end of the live. I'll get back to that one. But probably
Well, wait. Do you count Le Tarte d'Artagnan as a global release to be within the...
Nope.
No,
It came out
that
last
don't
year.
count.
No, I know it came out last year.
Yeah.
But
Nope. That doesn't count. I
release.
smelled it before, so they're not even competing.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, don't try to. I see what you're doing over there, Joe. You're trying to trip me up, trying to make me pick between my favorites. You crazy, bro? Hey, this year the white bottle got the crown, and typically it's the black bottles from the Juicet Parfum collection that are killers for me. This one right here is putting pressure on all the noir
Gems, what
collections.
up?
Facts.
Nice.
Facts. Yeah.
What's going on, Gems? Great to see you. Yeah, I mean that was on my list as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, shout out to let me cover him now, because if it wasn't for this person, I probably wouldn't give Gourmands a chance. But this was my favorite release from him this year. Has his 504.
Okay.
This was I think this was his second attempt at a limited release, or not his second attempt, his second limited release, and this is very easy fragrance. To me, it's like a heavy, fizzy citrus with a very clean oud, and I think it smells amazing. I think it might be my favorite from him. If not, appreciate you, James. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
I don't know if this is my favorite or if Brownie Points is my favorite, because the more I wear Brownie Points, the more I'm like, I really like this. But
that's a good one.
But I guess this is me just trying to be cool and talk about a limited release. So Hez is 504. Shout out to Hez. This is a good one. If you haven't smelled it, try to get your nose on it. Shout out to Mr. GMT. Long time no see.
Hey, Mr. GMT.
Let's all smell sexy in 2025. That's the goal. Let's go. Let's all smell sexy.
Shout out to Mr. GMT.
Big shout out. Big shout out for that. All right. So
Other Josh.
All right. I'm gonna go with the original Angel Share. Pre-Killian Angel Share. This is a chick that needs to make it to Glamcation, especially because you're back in California, Southern California. She's in Venice. it's Pommer's Stolen Perfume. Rachel Binder is the perfumer. But this is the Edición Cubana. So everything she does, it's she does a terroir because she was trained as a sommelier. So wine and all drinks, even spirits are like that's her education. So she does like a different release she calls them vintages, just like in wine. She did one that was a vintage of Jamaica. This year last year I should say, she did Cuba, and so it's Cuban rum. There's a cigar lounge vibe to this. It's all natural. It's potent stuff. It lasts, actually, ironically, even though it's all natural, it lasts longer on my skin than Killian's version of Angel Share. I definitely would recommend trying it. And a guy in the community, I highly respect his opinion, and we'll just say he's finagled me to buy a thing or two. There is Equality.
Yeah.
Says it's the best rum note he has ever smelt in any fragrance. So that's what actually got me to look into the house. But I love it.
That's a dope one. That one right there, I want to smell. Josh, let's connect offline when we're done with this throughout the week and see how we can get her to maybe slide by.
For sure.
Joe.
Yes. This next one was a brand that I tried their fragrance middle of the year, and it's really, really good. It's a nice spicy orange sandalwood. You, Rico, ended up discovering one of their other fragrances too, but this is from the house of Electimus. This one is one of their more latest releases. This was Spicy Arno. Nice spicy sandalwood, cardamom, orange, cozy, just feel good, smell good, throw it on, especially like in this fall winter that we're in. So 70-degree weather, you could put on and feel quite comfortable. Also, I may still have a code with them. So if you use unaverage15, you can save 15%. Not $15, 15%, which is usually very hard to do. So if the code still works, congratulations.
Use that.
You can get a percentage off, including of their latest release, Caspian Cherry, including of the one that Rico ultimately purchased, Vanilla Adizia, including pretty much anything that is Electimus. But big shouts to them. And if they're watching this, can't wait to see you in Milan.
Man, I want to get my nose on that one so bad. I like that.
So good.
She's one of my favorite perfumers, hands down. Celine Barrow.
Yes.
I love almost everything I've smelled that she's put out.
It's really, really good. But honestly, most of what I smelled from the brand was good. They had a Mercurial Cashmere that I was torn between the two, and I went this route because one, it was the newer release, and two, that's what everybody actually said. They were like, no, this smells better on you, so go this way. So there you go.
How spicy is that, Joe?
Relatively, but still not overwhelming. Like, it's not obnoxiously spicy, but there's spice enough to be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be fun and nice, cozy. You know, like it's cardamom, so it's cardamom, sandalwood, orange, vanilla. Coat is coat. But yeah,
very cool.
Awesome. All right. So this next one, I was super impressed with the whole line, by the way. The house, the idea behind it, how they came together with the concept, working with just the whole story. I love thematic, and they brought it all together very well with really, really good fragrances. This house is Maison de Solis.
Yes.
The fragrance out of this collection, it dropped as a trio, that really, really got my attention was this añejo, and that añejo is going to be like the other ones, based on the concept of tequila, so the aging process. So it'd be the one with the longest aging process. Since they couldn't replicate the wood inside of it, they wanted some way to kind of create that and adding something artistic and fragrant to it. So they use the oud in here to take the place of the actual barrels. So that's the wood you're gonna get here. Very nice booze and some chocolate also inside of this. Yo, just for me, the oud, the booze, the chocolate, the overall experience. I absolutely love this one. One of my favorite. This one's particularly my favorite from the whole collection. But man, just putting together all of those concepts in one presentation.
I think I sent that to Josh.
Añejo that.
Did I
It
send
would
you
be
that
the most
discovery
Josh.
set, Josh?
Who is that again? You might have.
Mason de
Maison de
Solis.
Yeah. So it's in there.
Yes, this one.
Yeah,
right
they
here.
have 3 fragrances. They're all in there. I think they're 5 mls.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be
Big
starting
boy.
the new year with that.
Yo, añejo.
You should.
Try that añejo and try that añejo. I don't know how cold
Wait,
it'd
I
be
don't
around-
remember. Is that the smoky one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the super.
Oh yeah, Josh is gonna love that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said he needs to get on this
He definitely needs to try that.
soon.
Yes.
Soon.
That was
Añejo-
him. That was the
añejo word.
Yeah,
And
I
añejo
like to
so-
send Josh,
cool.
whatever I got. Here you go, Josh.
Thank you,
And-
man. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the one with the black top is the
Mm.
one he's talking about.
You know what? This is not about this. It's about going through. But while you have it in front of you, can you just take a quick peek at the scent? Just let me get your preliminary.
This one?
Black top. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
añejo.
Ooh.
There you go. Ooh. That is a very Josh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it
What the hell is this brand? Tell me about the brand.
This is this is Maison de Solis. So this is a dude, JD Jonathan Solis, who worked in wine and spirits. So he's been in the spirit industry for years, doing like competitions and testing, and he knows the spirit industry. And at some point, a couple of years ago, he was like, "I also love fragrance," and this is the reduced version of the condensed version of the story. But basically, he was like, "All right, let me see how I can get into the fragrance industry." He started working with different folks to get involved. He knew what he wanted to do, which since he worked in the spirit industry, he wanted to go having Mexican bloodline as well, Filipino Mexican. He wanted to dig into that part of his culture, and he wanted to honor the agave. So he made 3
Damn.
distinct
Fucking good.
tequila inspired fragrances. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You are right about that.
Dude. I'm tripping out. This is
I knew for a fact añejo was the one that you would. Now don't get me wrong, the lighter ones they get fruitier, lighter.
Yeah.
As
Reposado's
you go
the
down,
hybrid.
Reposado and yeah. But that one right there, I knew you was gonna geek
Dude.
out on that one.
The balance, bro. I mean, one of the things I appreciate in fragrance is when people can balance, like, they don't use a crazy ingredient and it goes way over there. Like, the balance that's brought to this is insane.
Oh, by the way, master perfumer Ethan Turner. Just in
Ethan
case.
Turner. Ethan Turner. Yeah, yes.
For
yeah.
all three.
All
Not
3.
just
That's him.
Dude, and the
Ethan
dryness, like,
Turner.
the dryness to it, that's beautiful.
Yo, he killed it with that one. It's crazy. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it in your hand. I'm glad you had the opportunity to check it out. Yeah, that's a fun
Josh,
one.
I owe you one, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, You don't owe me anything. As long as you owe me, I'll never go broke. That's my dad always says. I don't actually get it, but whatever. So it's my turn, right?
Yes.
All right. So this one's kind of hard to talk about at the moment because the site is down. I might have to hit him up. And I think that this is getting a name change, but it's hard not to talk about, especially this year. This year I discovered probably the whole house minus one or two fragrances, as far as originals. And that original melanated from Nazar
Yes.
Okay,
was crazy.
so Melon, is name changes and stuff. I
Yo,
get
can I give you the quick because I had to practice in my head.
yeah.
So the fragrance formerly known as the butter,
Black butter.
black butter,
Yeah.
black butter has been rebranded to melanated.
Oh, okay. And that's what he's talking about.
Melanated, the fragrance that was once called melanated, got rebranded to Nuts About Melanin.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the old melanated no longer exists as what you remember it as.
Right.
I did not fully get that decision making, but so an older fragrance with an old name had a name change to a current fragrance. The current fragrance got a newer name. So black
Gotcha.
butter, if you like black butter, you have to find it under melanated now. And if you like melanated, you have to find it under Nuts About Melanin.
And what are you speaking of, Josh?
This is Nuts About Melanin. This is this nutty gourmandish
I love the ambery
pastry like
Amber.
amber. Oh, just this is. All right, I don't want to get too carried away, but every time I smell it, I'm like fighting myself. Is this my favorite from the house? Is it not? It's either this or Black Leopard, just because Black Leopard, I'm a Fougere guy. They do the Fougere gourmand touch with Black Leopard, but melanated, the OG melanated, this is special. And, once that Nazar site opens back up, find Nuts About Melanin and grab it because this is fire.
Yeah, I don't want to touch this bottle anymore, and I could get real heavy with the spray. So yeah.
No, I spray away. I live in North Carolina, so
No, I mean I'll grab a
I'll
grab
pull
a
up,
new
right, I'll pull
bottle.
up to the store.
I'll go
I'll grab a
refill. He
new
does
bottle
refills.
and use it.
Absolutely.
This, yeah, blueberry, everything. Just
Yeah, because like Liquid Compliments doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't.
But he didn't rebrand it to something else yet.
Okay.
But that's like a solid fragrance, so different, like than any other freshie I've ever smelled. So
yeah, that was a good one.
it'll be back. I was like arguing with him about it. I'm like, no, you can't get rid of it.
Josh, what do you got, bro?
All right, man. This is one. It came out a while ago. You know how I check things out late. But this is my most worn fragrance of the year. Was Basilica
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
by Milano Fragranze, and so it's kind of like a gourmand incense, to be honest. So different. It's not like it's kind of leans like, and we've talked about this, Rico, where I wouldn't call it savory, but it leans, it's not like super sweet. It has sweetness, but if you can imagine freshly baked rosemary focaccia,
Ooh.
and then incense surrounding it, and there's just a hint of sweetness with that rosemary. That's what this is. It's beautiful. And again, like this is a fragrance. I think I told you guys I'm wearing Bread in Chestnut tonight because it's a soft gourmand. This has a softness to it as well. It's a very unique. I think it's very unique. Dude, it's cool. I love it. Yeah. And like, yeah, so my gourmand journey is like, it's been, Tammy was the first one that started getting me into like gourmands. Because I had tried some, and chocolate on my skin just goes, it turns to Tootsie Roll. And I freaking don't like Tootsie Rolls, bro. Like
you specifically cannot do Darkness Bites from Daracaro.
Yeah, no.
okay.
No.
Walk away.
Oh, you mean all the chocolate? Got it.
Just walk away.
50 Shades of Chocolate.
There's
yeah.
so many other great ones. Leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Go
So-
coffee oud, rose oud, you're good, but not that one.
I mean, I found some chocolates that I do like and that work on my skin, but they're hard to find. I'm looking for one to add to the collection this next year. A chocolate that will that I can work
Doesn't
with.
One Way Bridge have a chocolate?
Jusette has a chocolate.
You know what?
Yeah, delicious black powder is all that.
One I'm thinking about filling the void with is the black powder.
DBP.
Yo, so heartbreaking news. It might be another long time before we ever see that again.
Shut up.
Really?
Come on, don't break my heart like that.
That's just one of those. I learned this the first time through Terrence Hughes, and I learned it the hard way in real life talking. But you know, when the people who sell you the materials start flaking, changing prices, or reserving their stuff for bigger brands, you're stuck with nothing. And rather than try to reformulate, they're just like, we're gonna have to stand back and see if we can get it back again. But Jimmy is a big proponent of only selling what he made the first time or not making it at all.
Right.
And
I get that.
Not upping the price to make the difference now. Like, all right, well, I had to go with a more expensive version. So now you pay more for it. So he's trying to hold still. So it might
I'm
be a
so
while.
glad I got that box.
I'm so glad I got that in the.
Dude, I don't ever see that one for resale either, dude.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
Don't go for
bruh.
resale. Bro, yeah, that's gonna be a
Yeesh.
yeah.
Anyway,
Moment of silence for delicious black powder.
Woo.
Salud.
that's sad, man.
You just
All
broke
right.
my heart.
Yeah. Not the first time I heard that in life. Anyway. Who's up?
My
Joe.
turn. So this next one, shout to friends. Shout to friends that go out and do their own things. Shout to friends who make their first fragrance and it's actually good. We are talking about Michela, Curly Fragrance, Attraction Fatale, a nice boozy, spicy, woody, Ambroxan fragrance that
Don't
honestly,
forget vanilla.
yeah, with a little bit of vanilla, just a little bit. But I wore a pretty heavy dose. The bottle's up to right there. Came out in February. Actually, it's halfway through now that I'm looking at it. It's like right there. But point is, this was a really good release for her. First release, safe, real in the masses. It's going to be interesting since this is an overall brand. This isn't like a one-off where
Right.
she goes next.
Yeah.
You know what's the next? Because Attraction Fatale is just the first one. Reisiger Perfumes is the brand. So then it means, okay, what's the next release? And what are you going to do next? Are you going to do a nude? You're going to Dubai? You're going to do a freshie? Where are you going to go? It will be interesting, but nonetheless, this did garner me success and compliments when I did wear it. So, and it's long lasting, very good. You know, is it worth the price? That's on your decision. For me, it was.
Price point?
Especially, $235.
100 ml?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean that's
extra at that too.
yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. I think
So you know, and maybe with a depending on what time you catch it, you could get it on a promotion. Find it for like 200, maybe a little less than that, somewhere around there. It's that ballpark, but it is genuinely good, not just because she's my friend, like an actual friend, but
yeah.
it's a really good release. And people, when I won it, women, you know, in my case, were like, "Wow, you smell good. What's that?" and then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I have an extra 30 minutes on this date after all. Okay, let's go. So there you go. So Reisiger Perfumes Attraction Fatale. Shouts
Very
to
nice.
Michelle.
Very
Who's
nice.
the perfumer, Joe?
Camp. No, I know his. It's Christopher Maurice or Christopher
Oh,
Corbinell.
yeah,
Whichever
yeah.
variation of that personality he went with.
Whichever he is that day.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah, he
Very
knows.
nice.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Teresa.
Hey.
Yo, for real, we have definitely exceeded the typical 1 hour. Like I said, we're just rocking right now. So I appreciate everybody who has stood with us thus far. If you have to go, Happy New Year's. Josh is already yawning in place, and he looks like he has to do like 3 reviews tonight. After this, we'll probably go like another round and then wrap it up.
Yes.
So, all right. I want to keep it at 2. To keep it at 1 round.
Yeah.
I'm gonna briefly show one as a tease because it's not even really pumping right now. Y'all don't even know about this for the most part. I don't think on the website. The website is down, so I'll show that real quick, and then I'll get into my. Listen, there could have been 100 more fragrances, y'all.
Oh, trust me. Yes, I got.
There'd been 100 more, but there's one that I think that the hardcores around here who rock with the community and this particular brand should know about this. And then next, I'm gonna just show you a monster. So hang on, here we go. So the first one we're gonna cover is, and Josh talked about this house, one of the Joshes. This is from Nazar. And if you have loved in the past oud cake, this is strawberry oud cake. This is a fragrance built on the DNA of the original oud cake with what to my nose smells like strawberry cheesecake on top of that pistachio oud combo that they created with the original. Strawberry oud cake is so good that we were going to the airport in Raleigh to drop somebody off, and they loved oud cake so much that they were like, "Man, this is so good." And I was like, "All right, I was just showing you to calm down." And they just kept like, "Man, this is man." And I was like, "All right, you want it?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, fine, have it." And like, you know what? I'm in Raleigh. I'll just from the airport go straight to the mall, pick up a backup, and then he showed me the strawberry oud cake, and I was like, put that in the bag as well. It's nice. Now, that's just so y'all know about it. I don't even think it's on anybody's radar right now. So if it wasn't, you're welcome. If it was, I'm telling you, I'm digging it. But we're gonna close this out on my end. We still got the whole round to go. But this one right here, at least 3 of us have definitely got our hands or nose on this one. This one just came in. And this is just for the fun of showing you a crazy presentation. Like, I don't get tired of showing this at all. So we're going to start. You know what? The part that nobody even noticed at the bottom, gold trim. It's not real gold, folks, but it looks good. Then up close hieroglyphics on the box. Then open. Sorry. Hieroglyphics on the box. Seal, Pharaoh, Ramses, one, Brand, Baharara, and yo. If that's not
Wow, that's beautiful.
a crazy presentation across the board. And I will say this. I know the obvious question is, does it smell as good as it looks? Yo, I've worn this for the last 2 days. This for me goes right into that area that first of all,
wow,
that is
Yes,
dumb.
that's a crazy sprayer.
tobacco, vanilla, caramel, saffron. There's some fruit in there. I don't know I'm still trying to get all the notes. Yo, rum. So yeah,
Pink
rum,
pepper.
tobacco. Yo, this now,
This is
like I
good.
said during my reel, that concept exists in fragrance already.
Yes.
I don't feel this is a clone of a thing. But if you notice, I said rum, I said tobacco, there's some fruit in there as well. Oddly enough, there's a lot of those components right inside of this as well. So my point is that you can take those components and make your own with it every time. And this right here, though, is I love how this smells. And the presentation is one of the illest I've seen in a while. That the gradient blue glass, the actual ferrule on the front with the gems on it.
The
And
gems.
it is as heavy as it looks.
Yes.
Yo, this is fire. Like, I can't even, it's just good. It smells good. The presentation is crazy. And the price range is not that friendly.
It is not.
Now, I'm gonna say this before I move on. I've been on the soapbox before. I'm gonna get on one last time. People don't like it. It's okay. I'm gonna say it anyway. Nobody gets mad that a Lamborghini costs Lamborghini price. If you can only afford a Corvette, you get your Corvette. If you can only afford a Toyota, you get your Toyota. You don't complain about it. You don't see people say, "Why is Lamborghini that expensive?" It is. Don't buy it.
Right.
And fragrance, for some reason, people feel really, really privileged enough to be like, "Well, I'll, if I get a clone and you have the original, we have the same fragrance." We don't. Because if I have a Lambo and you have a Corvette, you have a car to try to emulate the car I have. Stop it. You have a good one. I have a good one. Let's leave it at that. The price is the price. If you don't like it, go to Macy's. It's that easy. That's my, and if I made a product, and this is me, like if I made a product myself, that's my answer for you. That's my price. Don't buy it. Instead of complaining, it's fire. It is what it is. You don't got to get it. I got it. I love when people don't have the fragrance I have. I mean that. When I tell you I love a fragrance and you tell me you have a reason why you don't want to buy it, I say, great. Because two things. Number one, I wasn't a gatekeeper. At least I shared the information. And two, I know you're not going to get it now, so I feel better wearing it more often. That's all I got. Josh, what you got, brother?
Hey, and I will say, I'm sorry. It's about to be 11 p.m. over here, and I got home from work at 7 p.m. Mind you, I left the house this morning 5:45. So it has been a day. But quick fire, passion poivre by Gentleman's
Yes.
Nod, black pepper, passion fruit, beautiful stuff. Always by Kai Fragrance. If I had to pick one, it's this one. This smells like those bottle cap candies, but it doesn't smell like a specific flavor. It smells like if you took all of them and crushed them up. So I'm a huge fan. This is like a nostalgic fragrance for me, in a sense. Notorietta by Mason and Darius. This
Good one.
might be my most complimented fragrance this year. And
Fair, very fair.
it's incredible. People love this, and I know why, because it smells amazing. And something I'm just happy to finally have. Funny story, when I posted that I finally got this fragrance, somebody said, "Oh, good, you're leveling up." And I'm like, no, I'm just happy to have it. Musk Ravageur by Frederic Malle.
Hell yeah.
This smells like somebody who's got his ish together.
Yeah, facts.
And very, very spicy off my skin. Like
Is it?
that clove is very prevalent off my skin, but I love it. It smells very buttoned up. And I got it for a steal, which is even better. So
Facts.
That's how I
Absolutely.
close out. This was fun. Josh?
I'm gonna do kind of a rapid fire like Josh did.
Yeah, do it.
Santa Ana Sucre.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, talk about
Absolutely.
that beast. Right
Yes,
there.
yes. Talk about it.
I just man, what David does, he uses oud. He makes it very well. No, he does some really challenging stuff too, but he does some stuff that's very approachable for people that are wanting to get into oud. This is he particularly does well, I think, when he mixes gourmand and oud.
Phoenicia Parfums, folks, check them out.
Summer Breeze was the first one that I really liked.
You put me onto that.
Yeah. Raspberry Mood. I don't typically like raspberry. Love that one.
Killed it.
I think raspberry needs oud. I'm convinced of it now.
Just to make it, to make it work.
Yeah, it helps it. It elevates it somehow. And this, he does this. On my skin, I don't know how it is on you guys' skin. It's like a hot cocoa, and then there's the fruit apricot. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's peach and apricot in there.
Okay, so there's that little bit of brightness from the fruit, but the oud and this like hot cocoa drink is amazing. This is one I wore a lot this year. Sin Santo Sage from Savoir Faire.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
It's a very soft, meditative sage and Palo Santo. Basically, those are the big Palo Santo, sage. Yeah, it's definitely meditative. It leans towards the whole saging your house and getting all the spirits, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorites that came out this year was at Glamcation. Was this little guy, Queen of Kings. And it's basically, and I love, like Rico says, we're nothing but a bunch of fragrance weirdos. So I love it basically on my skin. It's so sharp. It's rhubarb and vinyl in the opening, and they're extremely sharp. They project their, people notice and ask, what the is that? And I'm because I'm enjoying it, but then it kind of mellows out. You get a little bit of booze, some leather, some smoke, some of those Vegas elements, were in mind when she made this. But yeah, those are the last three I have. Over to Joe. If he's
While Joe's getting ready, I will respond really quickly to he smells like Rome. Shout out to that brother right there. He was at Scent Explorer as well.
Oman he's an awesome page to follow, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But he was actually there. I know he got to smell that Acaro in person as we did. And bro, what you smell is what we smell. We know what's real over here. That coffee oud is one of the one we discussed. I mentioned coconut oud because I don't have the bottle here, but we smelled that coconut oud and that banana oud that he had walking around the spot. That's and I think Joe and I agreed. And you may be able to echo this that Acaro is absolutely a house on its way up. About to get a lot of attention, especially when they restock again and put out those new fragrances. They're about to be up. They're about to be a house that people are going to want, especially if you're an oud lover. But I would even say this: if you're somebody who can't really do oud, but you want to do oud, and there's a lot of, it's just, I know that people who have good taste in fragrance typically like ouds, but I don't. So what does that mean about me? It means you don't like oud. That's all it means. But if you're trying to force yourself to like oud, I'm almost positive that Acaro is the way to go because they make oud so palatable. And in really creative ways. So yeah, they're definitely on the way up.
So really quick, again, I said it before, but what do I think about Dara? This is the presentation that I have for Dara's Coffee Oud, which looks different than what you will get now, which is this. So it's an amazing house. Then back in March. Now going into the future, and it will be amazing to see. This was the Rose one. So Dutch, I see you. Much respect to that.
Yes, sir.
I will go rapid fire really quick and kind of just bing bing bing. First up, Tomovici, shout outs to Luai. This was Ange Noir, nice patchouli, almost leathery like, but really sexy, seductive, dark angel. If you want to be a gargoyle, then get that. Next, Perfumeology. Shouts to Near, Justin Frederico. We did do a live stream covering these. This was Sudute, but Clutch Slouch. And now they have one called Decadent Memories.
Bruh.
So be sure to, and it is that good.
Bruh.
Talking about it soon.
It is coming soon to a.
Yo, we about to chop it. Yo,
To a
matter of
live
fact,
stream near
I
you.
got a quick clip. I'm probably going to release of when we smelled it on the spot,
Yes.
and Steven from Red Lessons came up and we were like, "Yo, smell this real quick," and even he was like, "Yo, this is nice work."
Yes. So big shout outs to
What's up,
Near.
Marcy?
Hey, Marcy. Welton from the House of Welton, London. This is Imperial Leather. They released this during Milan, Aix-en-Provence, but they really had more bottles for Scent Explorer. This was given to me, but this is sexy leather. This is like, oh, okay. It's that type of time. As a man, if you're wearing this, they will notice. Whoever they is that you are trying to attract, they will notice. And that is that. But the one that I want to dedicate the most time to is a brand that I know the three of us tried. Bouchard Colbert.
Hell yeah.
This
I had
one-
Lulu somewhere.
This one specifically is Faison Dior. For me, he's mentioned Lulu. Rico, I forgot how to pronounce the name of the one that you like, but this is a house that is absolutely crushing it from artwork, fragrance, up and coming. You could also check them out at Oswald NYC. Tell Dustin, hey, tell Dustin we sent you.
Facts.
But this fragrance right here gets me compliments anytime I'm wearing it. It's like a saffron caramel kind of pseudo gourmand. It's not a gourmand, but it's their closest iteration to a gourmand. And the rest of the line is no slouch either. Just period. Dot.
Awesome. We covered a lot of stuff. I didn't do the rapid fire. I think they swung that at the last minute, which was genius, by the way. So what I will say is I did a reel last week where I spoke about kind of like the ancillary products that we use along with fragrance. So one quick last shout out, I will say it's not a fragrance house, but it is a house that makes products that are very fragrant. J. Chantel,
Absolutely.
which I
At
just
88 Ave.
Yo,
88 Ave,
Banger.
Where's
baby.
my bottle at?
and for
That
all of the viewers or our folks that kick it with us that have one of these products hanging off of your face right here. My guy Fetty, I already put Fetty stuff away, but Fetty says just making dope products for the bearded individuals. So if you have one of these, check out Fetty Says. And there we go. And yo, that Lawman, by the way, is so many products. We don't have 5 hours, but if we did, I mean, I do, but
also big shout outs.
oh
Hell
my
yeah,
goodness,
man.
yo,
Perfume.
Hey, he had 3 fragrances that came out this year, all very, very good.
he got that boom, and that Blanca Pura, that pure white. Yo, Bedfoo's been on a rampage. You can't hold that kid down, man. Instagram tries to shut him down. He just comes back and kills the game again. Shout out to that brother right there, man. He's definitely killing it.
Also, I would like to say I would like to say, listen, I get it. You guys might make fun of me. Clones are okay, whatever, but sometimes you just gotta have the originals. So shout out to a fragrance journey that continues to grow.
Yeah, facts.
'Cause don't matter how many inspirations of this I have, I still want to have the OG.
Oh yeah, without a
And that's my point. Yo, listen, clones are okay. Clones are okay. Buy your clones. I've bought clones before. Nothing wrong with. My only issue is when you own a clone and somehow you think that you have a better product than I have. Well, mine just projects more and it costs half the price. Okay, I got the original. Stop it. Like what are we comparing? Stop. We're not having that conversation. Stop it. You got a clone. If you want to get to, then you got a clone. If you want to do that, then if you're gonna try to chop down my purchase because you got choice that this kind of, you got a clone. If you want to just say you got a good one and I got a good one and this sounds similar, then I'm here for it. Stop being crazy. It's not the same. All right. And that's how I'm gonna end this 2024 with a little bit of venom in the tank, just in case anybody thought it was too sweet over here. It's not. We take this fragrance thing very, very seriously, which is why we keep engaging with the folks who love it as much as we do. Hopefully we talked about some fragrances that you are wanting to look into, maybe some that you've already tried, and it is what it is. We are individuals, so we're gonna have different tastes, obviously. What is that, bro? You teasing stuff for the next year?
Oh no! I see Dame is in the chat. I know some people mess with that Dumont Nitro line. So this Discovery set, all like 8-10 mls for $40 for anybody who's just starting a fragrance journey, or if you know somebody that needs like some help. Something like this is just the perfect gift. Hey, it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up, Dutch, because Axe just put up 2 fragrances, and they asked me to review, and one of them's like a watermelon fragrance. I'm pretty sure it's gonna smell like Dumont's Nitro Red, which is like Invictus, Baccarat, watermelon.
That actually sounds like it's good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
It is good.
It sounds like it's really, really good. So
Speaking of watermelon,
what do you do with that?
Oh, dude, I want
the whole reason why the podcast started.
Listen, if you want to play games, I'll serve myself another glass, put on some shot glass. Yo.
Is that the watermelon moonshine?
Bless you, Rome.
Yes.
Yo, shout out to Rome. Yo, shout out to Marcy. She was actually planning to be on here with us tonight. Got caught up in some things. Shout out to Hidden Gems, Dame, Mr. Clark, all the folks that support these things, because y'all do similar things, so y'all respect the hustle as well. Everybody in the community who stopped by, who's still around, and those who jumped in earlier and had to log back out. If you come back and see what you missed, a little bit of venom, like I said, I'm gonna speak my mind. Also, don't let me have 3 glasses of whiskey and keep talking for 2 hours. It's only gonna get worse. So
yeah, because I gotta record. But I enjoyed this quite a bit. I always say this is always a good time with Josh. Sorry. It's always a good time when Josh is here. So shout out to you, Josh. Hey, I'm looking forward to 2025. We're going to force you to do a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I've just been,
I'm sure you've been busy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says try the YouTube thing. I got to we'll see how it goes.
Yo, I was anti-YouTube at first too, but here we are. It works. It works. I dig it. I dig it. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody. Yo, it's a new year around the corner. It's about to get busy, folks. Like, we, as Josh has said, we're gonna put pressure on White Glasses, Josh, to get more busy this year, as we intend to do ourselves. It's really gonna get busy. There's stuff working in the background. I promise you. While it may sound like a cliche and then nothing ever comes to fruition, there is real 100% big things working in the background. And we're gonna talk more about it in 2025. We want to share that with y'all. So if you're here with us for the journey or just here to, have something playing in the background while you're falling asleep, is all good. We are gonna entertain you either way. More fragrances, more fire stuff. Big 2025. And shout out to everybody who helps us make this happen.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Does this still work? Yes, it does. Yeah. We are out. Peace.